Today I am guiding you through a gentle mobility session that will work your entire body. This is perfect for beginners, people with limited mobility, or anyone who's just starting out on this journey. And it is meant to get you going, especially when doing a lot of mobility stuff seems a little scary. So I do recommend that you get maybe a pillow or a bolster for underneath your knee for some of these moves. And we're doing 6 moves, 10 reps per side, and I'll be talking you through the entire time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, and if you're ready for group or one-on-one sessions with me, contact me via my email, which is in the description below, or via any of my social medias. Today we're doing gentle mobility, so any of these moves that you feel like, we're going to be down on the ground for the most part, any of these moves that you feel like you can't do 10 of them, just do whatever you feel is good for you. You can always come back to this video and go again. Like I said, I have a little towel. You may want to grab a pillow or some other sort of bolster for your knee. We're going to start out half kneeling. So one knee is down, the other leg is going to be up. A nice sort of 90-degree angle, and you can hold on to the wall here or a chair if you'd like, and you're just going to allow your knee to go past your toes. You can really open up and stretch that back hip as much as is comfortable. Come back up to half kneeling, so you can always hold on to something to make sure you're steady. You're going to come into a diagonal, not quite all the way to the side yet. And same move, just try and push that knee over past your toes, opening up the hips in all different angles. Come on back. Now you're going to go right in line with that hip and push out to the side. And if you need to hold on, feel free. Your heel may come up a little tiny bit. That's fine. You can also hold on to the floor, whatever works for you. And then come back. We're going again. That was one. So pressing forward, opening up, make sure you're breathing here. That's the most important thing, because your body will not let go if you're not breathing. If you're holding your breath, you're still tensing your whole entire body. So it's really important to make sure you're breathing. If you can exhale here, even better. Everything just relaxes a little bit more, allows you to go deeper in that stretch. This is 3. Opening up, you might notice that you're able to go a little bit deeper. That's great. If this is at all uncomfortable on your knees, and I know some people have bad knees, that's just kind of a lot in life sometimes. So a pillow really does help here. And if you need to, you can also alternate so you're not putting as much pressure for as long on that one side. But it's so important to help open up the hips. We're really trying to get 1 to 2 breaths in each different position. Going in this 3 different half kneeling position. Wide open. This is 5. By now you might notice your hips are beginning to open up a little bit. You can take some nice calm breaths. If you need to bring your hands down to the ground, that's fine. That also takes some of the pressure off your knee. And then you would just bring your foot out to the side. So hands down on the ground, any kind of assistance you need is really welcome here. And then you come back. This is a great way to help take some of that pressure off of the knee. And you'll notice you might be able to get a little bit deeper as you lean forward. Coming back, just walk your hands in that direction, whichever way you're going, right? So you're really helping guide your body. And then out to the side. And you might not have quite this wide an opening as I do right now, that's okay. The more you practice mobility, the better your range gets. So even if your hips stay a little bit tighter, even now, because you haven't done this as much, that's totally fine. You will notice they will relax. They will let go. This is 7. Opening up. Again, hands down is a great way to, even you can lift up your knee when you do that. If you're really finding it's kind of pinching at a certain angle, that's a great option. Here we go for 8. So you can have hands down on either side of your foot, kind of very much like a runner's lunge here. You'll notice leg tries to turn a little bit. You're opening up the hip slightly differently, but that's okay. Bring it out to the side. In that diagonal. Coming back before you go out all the way to the side. Yeah. Always breathing. You may feel like this is already warming up your body. I definitely feel it. So the most important thing is just to keep breathing. Keep allowing your body to relax in these positions. And then that leg goes out. Coming back. So again, you can just hold onto a wall or a chair nearby. You can have a stool next to you if you'd like. I end up resting my arm or my elbow on my thigh a little bit. That does put a little bit more pressure, right? I'm pushing my elbow to keep that leg backward and pointed in that same direction as my toes. Got one more here. And then we're going to take a moment and stand up so you really feel the difference from one side of the hip to the other, because whew, this is a lot of stretching and opening for that one side of the hip. Specifically, this back hip. However, as we open up out to the side and in that diagonal, you will feel a stretch in your groin as well. So you'll feel it all on that leg that's moving. Coming up to standing. Whew. Shake it out. Yeah, feel a big difference already. I'll do some facing forward so you can see a different angle. Opposite knee is down on the ground. That other leg, whew, comes forward first. Oh, definitely tighter than the other one after 10 reps, of course. I haven't worked on this side at all yet. Coming out to that diagonal, open out. And then out to the side. Whew. That's one. Back to center. Pushing forward. Try to keep yourself upright if you're not using your hands. So you will open up in that low back as well. Nice big opening. Feel it all in here. Ooh. And then you're pushing your foot down into the ground to come back up into that half kneeling position. Here we go. Starting to get a little bit easier now. Finding that diagonal. Out to the side. Oh, yes, this one. Oh my goodness, my left side. Here we go. This is 4. And of course, feel free to bring your hands down. You can open it up even more. just having your hands down on the ground, giving yourself that extra bit of stability and security allows you to go a little bit deeper. So again, I can have my hands down. Now I know I'm okay. I have more points of contact with the ground and I just feel a little more comfortable here. It's easier for me to push back and bring that leg out to the side. Whew. It's still definitely tight, but you know, it's getting easier every time. Coming back up. Coming out to that diagonal. And then out to the side. And if it takes a few steps for you to get into these different positions, that's fine. You get there however works best for you. Here we go. This is 5. We're halfway there. More than halfway because we did do the other side. Now, your body should be letting go a little bit. If you want to try and come down, lower, almost to your forearms, that's fine. Again, you're walking your hands so you can direct your body everywhere it wants to go. If you can get your feet flat on the floor for each of these different positions, that is the best. That's definitely the goal. That way there's nowhere else for you to go. Your foot is firmly on the floor and the hip can open as wide as possible. If you want to rest your arm here, puts a little more weight on that leg that you're resting on. But if you feel comfortable with it, that's totally fine. Coming out to that diagonal. Always breathing. Out to the side. Whew. Definitely warming me up. So now we have 7. Out to the side, or out to the diagonal, I mean. Out to the side. So any version of this, even if it does not look quite this wide, is still a great stretch. It's opening up the hip and it's working on getting to something that wide. But wherever you are today is totally fine. As we take the time to do these mobility movements, we're actually just coming to greater awareness and understanding of where our body is today and what it needs from us. Oftentimes, I feel like the body knows more about what I need than I do consciously. So the more I can tune in and listen to it, the better I am at taking care of myself. Whether it means I'm hungry or I need to sleep today, I need to not do anything strenuous. That's totally fine. There are days when that's what our body needs. That means that's what we as humans need. Almost there. Out to the side. Got 2 more of these. Coming forward. Noticing if you're getting a little bit deeper now. If this stretch is a little bit easier, if you feel like, oh, I can pick my hands up. If I'm able to get a little bit lower, my hips are opening just a little bit more. Last one of these, and we get to come down on our bums. This is also a great time doing these exercises to really note which hip is tighter. For me, it's almost always my left. But everybody's different. And it's just a great awareness to have. It's good to know how you're feeling today and what kind of work you need. Ooh, go ahead and stand up. Set that bolster aside for a minute. Shake it out. Oh. Definitely feel some heat right in here in my hips, in my groin. I'm gonna come back down onto the ground. And you're gonna have one leg in and one leg is extended. Take a couple breaths here. If your foot does not touch the other leg, that is fine. It's kind of outward, no worries. It doesn't really matter where the placement is. If you need a block or a bolster underneath this knee to make it more comfortable, the one that's bent, totally fine. Do whatever you need to get into this kind of a position. You're gonna flex that extended leg. Bring your hands behind your head like you're making a pillow for your head. And you're just gonna try and bring your elbow towards that extended knee. Always breathing. Stretching that quadratus lumborum. Oof, take your time here. There's no reason to rush. It does not have to touch the floor. It doesn't have to touch the knee. You're just reaching. You're also really opening up this whole side body. I love exhaling on the movement so that I can relax a little bit deeper into it. We'll do two more. If you notice any pain in your neck or your other shoulder, you can always bring that arm down, rest it on your knee. It's all about that one side going to that knee. However, when you bring your arm down, you lose all that stretch in the side body here. Relax. Relax those toes, maybe shake them out for a second. Now, same position. We're taking it to the next step before we move over to that other side. My opposite hand is gonna reach over, try and touch my toes, touch my knee, any area I can. I'm just doing this really nice, intense twist right here. Wherever you get, it doesn't really matter. You can think about nose to knee. You can think about reaching for your toes. And then you're gonna let that go, post that hand, and you're gonna reach up. Hips come up. You can point your toes, try and touch that foot down to the ground. Come back down. Here we go. Opposite hand reaches for that extended leg. Take a breath here. Feel that nice twist in the low back. Release that hand. Put it down on the ground. It's posting now, and you're gonna lift your hips up and then reach your arm overhead. Point that toe. Now we're getting a nice stretch all along this side of the body. Again, if this is hard on your knee, you can always have a block or a pillow or something. Just twist, try and reach over. Hand comes down. Reach up, hips up. Breathe when you're there. Twist, reach. If you come here, you can go to that outside knee, go to that far side of your leg, whatever it is for you today. That hand posts, reach up, hips up, squeeze your butt to get up, and then come back down. Reaching over to the outside of my leg. Maybe it's your shin, maybe the ankle, whatever it is that you can get a hold of. Post that hand down, squeeze those glutes as you lift up, and then bring that arm out, kind of like a dancer's bridge. And down. reach over. Oh, I love this move. It feels so good on the low back. Nice deep breath there. And squeeze your glutes. Lift those hips up into the air. It's okay if they don't get as high as mine do today. As long as you're working on lifting them, you're actively thinking about squeezing your buns and lifting them up, you are doing the work. Post that hand. If you need the other hand down, you won't get that side body stretch, but you will be able to lift your hips. It's really however it works for you. Got 3 more. Make sure to do an exhale when you're here so you can really just kind of let go. Hand comes down to the outside of that same side, hip. And then I push my hand into the ground, lift those hips up, squeeze. Come back down. Try not to just bump yourself down onto the ground. You want to have control as you're moving your body. Hand comes down, squeeze, lift up, oof. And come down. Oh, bring that other leg out, shake it out. We got that whole other side, so you should really feel a nice, warm, stretched side body, back of the hip, the low back. And now switching sides. So one leg is in, the other leg is out, starting by making that pillow for your head, and you're just thinking about that outstretched elbow. You don't want them here, inside. You want them nice and extended, kind of like a shark fin. And you're just reaching as far as it is for you today. Flex that extended leg's foot. Oof. Just beginning to open up this other side. Breathing. Five. 6. You notice that this leg might not want to go out down. If you want to bring your foot out, that's fine. If you want to put a pillow or something underneath it, so it does not feel any pressure, that's fine as well. Got 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one of these. And come back up. Release those hands, shake them out. So now, opposite hand to that extended leg, reaches. Maybe you touch your toes, maybe you just reach for that outside of your leg, wherever it is for you today. Bring that hand down. It's going to post onto the ground. Lift your hips up and stretch into dancer's bridge. Come back down. If you need to adjust yourself at all, feel free. Reach across your body. Feel that nice twist. Have a nice good exhale there before you come up. Squeeze those glutes, lift your butt up. Come back down. Reach around. Hand posts. Lift those hips up as high as you can. And down. Try to make sure your hand is in line with your shoulder so you have a nice position, very strong position to help lift your body up. 4. Lift those hips up. Come back down. Reach around. Should feel a nice stretch in the low back. Release that hand, post up. 5. Here we go. Last 5 of these. You can try flexing your foot. You can point your foot. Feel how it's different when you do both. Reach up, stretch up. And come back down. 4 more. Reaching across, nice beautiful twist. Helping to release the low back. Hand posts down, lift those hips up, reach that arm across, above your head. Ugh. Yeah. 3 more. Maybe you're able to just put your hand down on the ground, forearm all the way down. That's a lot of work. But if you can do it, great. It should feel amazing as you do. Lifting up. And as we take our time doing these different stretches, you will notice your body lets go and allows you to get much deeper into the position than when you started. So, everybody says stretching is important. It is. It is absolutely essential. What they don't tell you is the way that you move when you first start stretching to say 10 minutes in, it's a significant difference. But it's that way every single time you start. So if you're someone who stretches for 10 minutes a day, that's amazing. You're doing great. And you'll feel it after those 10 minutes. I know a lot of athletes who stretch for an hour plus a day, contortionists stretch for many hours a day, potentially. But your body starts to become accustomed to it the more you do it, and the more you allow the time to really feel what's going on and feel where you need to release, where that tension is in your body. Last one. Post that hand down. Press those hips up, reach up. You can try to really stretch as far as possible. And come back down. Bring that leg out, shake them out. Grab some water if you need to. Take a breath. You can come back up to standing. Feel any difference? Notice how it feels. So now we're going to do knee drops. This is a difficult move, I'm not going to lie. But you have a lot of options here. So your heels may come off the ground. That's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. If you can get into that deep, deep squat with your heels down on the ground, even better. But if not, that's okay. It's hard for me most of the time. I have a wall here. I have my hands to help me and guide me. I'm going to show you as my heels are up, right? My hips are much tighter. They're smaller, or closer in, I should say. They're not as wide open. That's part of why the heel stays off the ground. So I'm going to hold on to the wall. One foot is flat. That other foot, that knee that's moving, is going to be lifting off the ground. And I'm going to try and touch down. Touch down. 2. If you feel more comfortable, you can bring your hands down. 3. 4. 5. We're going to go to the other side. Same exact idea. This foot, the posting leg, that foot is flat on the floor. I'm going to hold on to the wall. This other foot, it didn't make it all the way down. That's okay today. I'm going to try and bring that knee down. kind of in that direction of where the foot is. 2, 3, 4. If you want to use your hands, you're welcome to. You can bring them down. 5. Alternative version of doing these. Both feet do make it flat on the floor. You can still use your hands. You can still use the wall. I'm going to go this way so you can see it from a different angle. Feet are flat on the floor, right? You can hold back here. Behind you to keep your back straighter, you can hold onto a wall. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, keep breathing, 4, 1 more on each side, and 5, go ahead, set your bum down, shake those legs out, grab your bolster, your towel, whatever it is that you have. We're going to do a little thread the needle. So again, I have one knee down on the ground, have a nice pillow underneath it. That other leg is extended out to the side. I want my toes pointing forward as much as possible. Trying to get that foot flat on the floor. The knee that's posting down on the ground, that same hand will also be posting. That extended leg arm reaches up high. Try to look up at it. Look up at the ceiling as much as you can. You already feel a whole pull and a nice stretch in the low back here. And then you're going to thread that arm through. You may not come all the way down. You can think about resting your head down. Your shoulder may not touch the ground. That's okay. Reach up, stretch up, twist and open. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, thread through. If you need to widen out your posting hand, that's fine. You can really twist. You can put your palm facing down of that threading arm, and as you try and crawl your way even further, you'll feel more of a stretch through that extended leg. And then you can come back, adjust as needed. Twist, try to really open up and look up. And then thread through. Reach up, stretch up. Exhale, thread through. Reach up, stretch up. Trying to relax that extended leg as much as possible as you do these. Exhale, thread through. We have 4 more. Reach up, stretch up. I can even turn, push that shoulder a little further forward, come in here, and then exhale, thread through. You can always bring your hands back to this nice pause point. This is a little resting moment if you need it. Exhale, thread through. See me crawl my fingers a little bit further every time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread through. Notice if you've gotten a little bit lower on the mat now, especially in that thread through. One last one, just to check it out again. Opening up, reaching up, and then exhale, thread through. Try to crawl my fingers a little bit further. Hey, my shoulder gets down on the mat this time. How about that? Coming back to center, find that rest point. Gently bend that extended knee. Push back. You're gonna lift that towel bolster, switch it under your other knee. Coming forward into that sort of tabletop position. Extend that other leg out. Try and get that nice flat foot facing forward. That's a whole lot of F's right there. Here we go. Reaching up, extend and open. Ooh, just got an adjustment. Exhale, thread through. Any kinds of pops or clicks that you might feel, as long as they're not painful, are totally okay. It's often going to happen as you do mobility. You open your body up. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Try to reach up towards the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, thread through. The more I try and twist and pull my fingers further away from that extended leg, the more I feel that stretch. Open up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, thread through. Reach up, stretch up. Twist your body open. Exhale, thread through. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, thread through. 3 more. Reach up, stretch up, really noting where are you now? After having done about 6 of them, 7 of them, how are you feeling? Are you able to get a little bit deeper? Does this feel easier? Is your body warm? Exhale, thread through. Again, any little adjustments in your back. Twist. Last one. Reach up, stretch up. Exhale, thread through. Bring that hand back down. Both hands are posting. Pull that knee in. Push back. You can get rid of that bolster. We're coming up to standing now. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a difference. We got one more move. This is a great one for getting out of bed in the morning and you're feeling really stiff, or something you can do throughout the day, honestly. So, I like to call them good mornings. I'm going to start by trying to reach my toes, and then I'm going to bend my knees. Right, I'm in a little squat. I'm going to lift my arms up, stand up. Now, I'm going to bend. This is called chair pose in yoga. Arms are reaching up high. Hands are going to come down. Push that butt up into the air. And then stand up. Here we go again. Hands come down. Try to touch your toes. If they don't touch down there, that's okay. You can always rest them above your knees, on your shins, whatever works. Bend those knees so it's almost like you're trying to sit down. Arms come up. Now we're in that chair pose. Stand up. Can release your arms down. But we're going to go back into it. Find that chair pose. Hands come down. Butt goes up. And stand up. Whew. 2. Hands come down. Try to sit. Bend. Find that chair pose. And then up. Chair. Hands come down. This is called a forward fold in yoga. So you should feel a nice stretch all through that posterior line. And then you come up. Hands go down. Butt comes down like you're sitting. Arms go up. Stand up. Find that chair. Hands come down. Butt goes up. Oh, nice big stretch. And stand up. So you see me from this side again. That was 4. Hands come down. Bend those knees. Butt comes down. Lift those hands up. Try to hold here for just a second. And then come back up to standing. Not an easy move. Chair. Hands come down. Butt goes up. Nice and flat like a pancake. And stand back up. Hands come down. Knees bend, butt goes down. Lift those arms up and stand. Find that chair. Hands come down. Whew, butt goes up. Stand up. Got 4 more. Hands go down. Bend those knees. Reach up high. Try and create a nice long line. And then stand up. Find that chair. Pushing those knees outward. You want them to be in line with your toes. You don't want them to fall inward. Pushing them out. Here, hands come down. Straighten those legs. Stand up. 3 more. Almost done today. Hands come down. Bend your knees. Find that nice squat. And stand up. Here we go. Chair pose. Hands come down. Push that butt up. Stand up. 2 more. Find that. Hands go down. Forward fold. Bend your knees. Chair pose. Stand up. Now we're just doing the reverse. Chair. Hands come down. Push your booty up. Stand up. Hands come down. Bend those knees. Chair. Stand up. Find that chair. Hands come down. Forward fold. Stand up. 1 more, just for good luck. Hands come down. Bend those knees. Chair. Lift up to standing. Make sure you're breathing the whole time. I know this is a lot of work. You should be feeling warm now. Chair. Hands come down. Butt goes up. And roll yourself up. Whew. Beautiful job.